Okay, good morning, everyone. Michael Venezia. I'm late on a Monday morning, as you can understand. I'm going to go right into TradeGATEHub. I'm not even going to bother with well, I'll tell you what to do. I'm going to log in the same as I log in everyone else in this morning. Look at the move. With that being said, I'm not going to go into the dissertation of what happened uh, over this particular weekend about the Silicon Valley Bank and the hangover and everything. I'm sure Coach had something to do with that, and everything that I put up throughout this week or last week. You know what? You want to really know what's going on today? It's basically TradeGATEHub's motto. TradeGATEHub viewing tomorrow's markets today. Go back and look at our YouTube. Coach already did a stream, 200 views already. Bravo, Coach. Go back on Thursday and Friday leading up to this. We saw it. I'm not saying that we acted appropriately on it. We did to a degree. It's relative, but you know, uh, part of the job is not completely to tell you what to do. It's to relay the most pertinent information in order for you to be able to trade your style. Just like TradeView Markets offers a variety of different financial instruments to trade. The faith is put on Coach and I and the rest of our members, if you will, to give you the best information possible to make the best possible decisions. Just like when you're a parent, your job is to put your children in the best possible position to succeed in the way that society, the way you do things to succeed. It's no different here. So, like I said, I'm not going to dissertate about what's going on with the banks. Go to our YouTube channel, right or wrong, as you should do every day. It's basically our best amenity besides TradeGATEHub being free, as well as Coach having a esteemed guest throughout the week. 200 views, by the way. Coach has a lot of views, but that says something an hour ago. It says something that people want to participate in the market. It also says that, like I said to Coach, it's why we have him here, and I say I leave that to the professionals. This room right now, as I go into TradeGATEHub, is basically a room we want it to be a one-stop shop. Coach already did a 9:30 video, and I'm sure a lot of it is done about what's going in the market, commodities, metals, the bond market. That's that's for the professionals. I'm not shortchanging myself for any means, but this market has turned into a little bit of dichotomy where you have to know what's going on the macro sense, but with the VIX elevated or higher, I'm not saying it's even elevated. My job as an active manager is to act now and explain later, and maybe in in the videos or me being throughout the room. That's my job. So with the VIX up here and making active trades, I'm going back to basically my where everything started, and just taking stock that are active, having a plan with good range, price action, and volume. And this is what we're here for. You know what I mean? So as we see coaches getting more views, I'm getting more and more participation, even from my peers. And that's from at least from what I'm taking, it's a compliment, because when things are tough, there's a place to run to. And this is where we are. By the way, I digress. If you don't want to listen to anything, you just want to sign into TradeGATEHub. You should, by the way, because it's a high frame of reference. You want to know what's going on today in top news, and I understand this is one of the days where markets are moving. We have global headlines, stocks, forex, crypto, and commodities. All relevant information that I help curate from my Twitter feed. That probably is one of my greatest assets as we speak, and that's basically what TradeGATEHub is predicated upon. That's quality over quantity. And the fact that I follow 62, 64 people, much like the theme that I'm trying to make in TradeGATEHub, I don't want to have 200 followers. I want to know if there's something going on, something here, boom. Like I said, I saw this coming on Wednesday, Wednesday late afternoon. Why? Because I'm in my 50s now, and fortunately, as well as Tim, we got very highly trained early on, and all my peers that have been trading for 20, 30 years now are all at high level. So I got a guy, you know what I mean? Even if it's wrong, I got a guy, a high level opinion. So I have a bank guy. I'm the stock guy, to be honest with you. I mean, I'll, you know what I mean? I act upon it. You know what I mean? That's what I do. So the point being is, just like TradeView Markets, we offer a lot of high opinions and take a lot of high action. And we're here. That's what we're here to sign up to do. So getting back into what's important today. All right. So Monday, as I say, there's our newsroom. You want to know what's going on in stocks? Here's the stock room. You don't want to know, maybe whatever. You don't have time to watch the video, or in the car. New York Stock Exchange. Let's go to top gainers today. Let's look what's up the most on the day. All you have to do is percentage. Called CFR, HUT, I've been in it. MNTR, I was in that. If you don't know what they're doing for the day, or you want to go to top, how about this? Let's go to top US gainers. Go to percentage. And this is just only one amenity within TradeGATEHub. Not to even worry about this TradeGATEHub being one tab on our TradeView market site. So, use your imagination there. So big percentage gains are what? Nothing's getting that sis. Let me give you an example. All right, you want to look what Riot's doing? Because everybody's panicking that there's breaking high. I mentioned this. It's incredible. There's the chart on Riot. Riot's up because everybody's having a run on this SIV bank. They apparently think that Bitcoin's safer than a Silicon Valley bank. And you know what? To a degree, I'm not going to argue. And this is the most important point that I want to make before I get into trading. And this is how I'm handling it. I've been around a long time through COVID, many geopolitical newses, administrations, diseases, whatever you're going to call them. Not my diseases, but other diseases. So it's this, is that don't get caught up on if they should bail out banks. Great, it's great cocktail conversation, and I applaud everybody to really absorb what's going on. Don't let it formulate an opinion on how you trade. Oh, this is rank, it's going under. This is under Schwab. Ooh, giddy up on Schwab. This is undervalued. I don't believe it. Somebody's going to get bailed out. That's not your job. Because you know what? When it comes time to be a turn, you're going to miss it. And I'm going to tell you, it's a lot harder to break an opinion than a bad trading habit. So just let's stick to fundamentals and put opinions aside. I really don't have one either. I could probably give 100 reasons good and 100 reasons why bad something's going to happen, but I'd probably be convincing myself more than anybody else. So I don't even bother. Next. All right, so you look at the room. Let's look what the indices are doing today. Instead of going on Yahoo Finance, let's look what's up on the most on the day. And I want to sound pitchy or salesman-like. There's what's going on. Gold, the highest volatility index. You want to go back on going on gold to be redundant? I'm not going to apologize, because the same way that we saw this coming in when we know this situation with Silicon was bigger than it was. I mean, Coach sniffed it out too. Go back and watch his videos. That's probably why he's got 200 more videos, because he led into closed the week very strongly. And talking about closing the week, let's see how we closed today. Most important. That's been also a statement throughout the past week or so, how the market is closing instead of how it's acting for that particular day. Up until 11:30, and this is only the bank market's been open 2 hours after there's bank closings happening left and right. Charles Schwab. So, this is the retail money. This is why I'm very active, because I think I have a little bit of an edge over retail, as opposed to in the close where the smart money goes in. So let's where smart money goes. I go again. What's moving biggest in the Americas? Right here, we give it to you. There's the chart. All right, what's going on with market movers? Well, you want to go? Let's go back to the trading room. We're going to give it. You know what to do. W. I sold W. Look at this W right here. You know what I mean? That comes from concentrating. I took a position in Wayfair. I bottom tick Wayfair. Look at the past freaking 5 minutes on Wayfair. Mike V. The stock 41.80 to freaking 30. I'm buying it at 30.57. I thought it wouldn't go to the gap. Hey, listen, I still made $32, but I wasn't in for the meat of the trade. That's the problem with contra trading. You're so happy that you caught something on the downside that you're just, okay, I got it, so let me sell it right away. It's not the way to go. See, I should have held it with a stop once it got through the gap, because I don't know, maybe I don't know why I did it. I'll have to look later. Maybe Tony Pistachio can give me a good reason, but well, whatever. Next, well, I will say something. One of my greatest attributes is my entries. Sometimes it's not my exits. You know what I mean? That comes from years of concentrating, but I am good at where to exit, at least formulating an early opinion. So enough Mike V stuff. Okay. Always Monday morning, I have to say this because that would be hypocritical if I didn't say it, because the most important thing is having a plan and knowing what to do, and it should be derived on my basically neutral what I put out in the mornings of data. Okay, good morning. There's the macro view on the market right there. Notice I said look at the time frame. This is a monthly. Yeah, that is weekly, and this is a monthly on the comp. So go. There's as a Monday morning tradition, all Helene's charts. I mean, you don't have to really be the active manager who has a book, book full of numbers and pivot points. You want to act upon it, predicated upon your style. There's a lot of stocks or indices now that are on the precipice of moving either higher or lower, or it's seeming like breaking either resistance or support. It's here in the staples. It's all here. Okay. Look where a bit of panic set on the Qs yesterday. The short-term oversold, although I don't think they're that oversold anymore, because last night the futures opened up very nicely, and that helped out that helped wash out that bearish sentiment. So as the futures, as we see, go positive again today, that bearish sentiment is getting washed out again. So things are going to be becoming a little more neutral as the state becomes to dissipate and the close happen, and then we have overnight. And see as the Nikkei has, it's a story that you have to stay very, very focused on. Very focused on. Also, data all coming down here, all the relevant data. There's the Bank of America system flows on it, or no opinion. There's Goldman positioning, no opinion. It's there. Washout indicators, not even close, but it can happen. It's my job to bring it to you. Goldman early market insights. It might be a little difficult reading at first, but so is the Bible. Get to know it. I put it out on it every day. So that's Goldman's market insights. I don't give an opinion on it. If I'm asked, I certainly read it. I can dissertate on it, but I don't give an opinion. Pfizer, that helped the XBI this morning, having a big market move, and that made me put my eye on the XBI. Also, I want to say something else, and this is typical. No bank whose stock is an uptrend has ever been declared insolvent. You can break that one right there. That's another one that got broken, and that chart is SIVB. Go over this at your own time, guys. It's right there. Always a weekly calendar. Stage 2 analysis on GLD. I popped this morning. Earnings calendar this week. Part of your plan. I agree with Biohazard. Cheap in Wall Street. Smart guy, man. Been around a long time. Could see a bit in dividend stocks, pharma and staples. What's the form? Go look. What's the strongest group today on your board? I'm not going to give it to you. I want you to search it out, or else the training wheels will never come off. All right. Once again. Bar chart. This will even give you the picture. I'm posting this more often. Go by the color scheme. Percentage of stocks below their 5-day moving average. That's how. That's short-term trading. Everything's blasted. Now, understand that sentiment was oversold. I get it. But even going back, so what's the safest plays here? Look at the stocks that are holding the 200 days. After this type of sell-off, these might be wanting the type of groups that you want to look at to build a long-term plan. Certainly, I'm not looking for doing that right now. I have my own opinion on the market, whatever, but 5-day, I'm looking as an active trader to take stocks off there. I'm not going to lie. Always on Monday morning, daily sector sentiment. And a lot of things are washed out. The Utes, that's not positive. Energy, still washed out. So let's try to look at that with the market. Applied Materials, 10 billion share repurchase, went negative on the day. Today's calendar, always up rates and down rates. Good morning, guys. Tim, good morning. Nice to see you. Nice sale on Mike V on. By the way, what was the first buy today? And I put this right before the market opened. The XBI, and that was the one to buy, not just because of a. I gotta get a Schwab for a second. Oh no, I don't. Schwab 54. What's moving here? Microsoft. There's our double dog. Dated dog. Same thing last night. I did the same thing with Wayfair. Mike V, let's look at a freaking 20-minute chart probably. There I am pounding the lows of days and days and days. Double bottoming it at 63. Made my little schnitzel at 60. That's a decent trade, actually. Came in long a little. And I sold it at 66. Went to 67. I know there was option buying on Friday. That's why I entered the trade, partially. That was capitulation. Certainly you'd like to see this hold on this double bottom. Hold 66. Might be a better bit. If you're in it, maybe you want to add a little bit. I don't think it's over, but certainly stock has volume, range, and price action. That's why I'm in it, and option flow. So that's the holy grail for me. It's not that complicated. I'm wrong sometimes, but that's my plan, and it doesn't mean that my plan is any better than anybody else. But after 25 years, I know how to execute my plan. Pardon. I'll call you back. And bring home a turkey sandwich too. All right. TLT, huge TLT. Let's punch up TLT in a second. Companies with highest deposits to SIVB. I pointed it out over the weekend to the TradeView crew. Then it was also Charles Schwab, which I'm long. VIX overview. Believe me, I know the coach got a lot of views because he's talking about the VIX. So I'm not going to talk about the VIX anymore. I'm going to watch the VIX, and how I'm going to watch him. I'm going to watch him on the YouTube channel. And once again, repeat. He got even 5 more views. So I'm making a difference in life. And I'm not viewing it either. I didn't click it. So we're making a difference. Coach racking up views. All right, a couple of dissertations about the market. Not so sure about Schwab. All right, be clear about clear about rotation. It's not about being right here. There's a lot of money. You know what? I'm doing things that I shouldn't be doing. I'm allowed to because not egregiously, but there's money making opportunity. So know what your plan is. Okay. Wall new low, buying Square as a feeler. I bought that right. What else? What else did I do? Disney, a feeler. I showed my nibbled on Twilo. I'm in it Square at 68.24. I traded it well. There was I showed my universe was like when I'm looking for the active stocks, because the majority of the first two columns are really usually the same. Sans a stock might be a best of breed. I don't want to go overboard. But the active stocks I usually put on the, in the bottom right hand corner, because I don't know, my eye usually just goes to the right hand. I don't know why. So FRC is an active, PACW, of course, Schwab, Wall. This WPF is now on sale. I'm going to take a gander at that one. Oracle 2-day below it. So you know what? That was my universe today. So a couple of more things. Maybe Dr. Copper, very good. FCX, I still believe is a short. I'll get into another time. Backs imploding. First buy today was XBI. Nice. Wall new low. All right. So you know what? We did some trades. Aspire Fear Greeds. FPF was on sale. Lewis had a good day. You know why? Because he knows it's. Lewis had a good day. Should have a good, by the way, should have a good day. I have 2,000 Schwab from 48.24. I posted it. It's 53 now. How you doing? Ton of good calls were going off, the good ones, and that was what, an hour ago. I'm not in it, but that's something I like to see. Not I like it here, not the short-term ODT puts. Somebody doesn't want to lay out whatever, $94 for $91 for Google. They'd rather buy the options. No, I said they were the good calls, and that was early. And the call was early, man. It was right here. And the call showed they chased it, but it was a schnitzel. Could have made some money on it. Even if you wanted to trade Google, boom, some Google calls. Oh, okay. I mean, it's interesting. And I'll tell you, which is a real treat. And by the way, I'm not placating by any means. Mike Lombardo is our head of equities. He's been trading just as long as I do. And one of the few people I actually bounce off trades on. Fact is Mike Lombardo. Thank you for participating. So anytime you see Mike in there, Mike L, as we call him, because a lot of Mikes at TradeView, there's a lot of people at TradeView. A lot of people contributing at TradeView, brokers. We're happy to help them in there. Mike, thanks for sharing. Really. All right, Planeteer. That was my Schwab, by the way. My average price was 47.81. I don't know what it is now. I'm not going to look at it. I might take some off. Actually, Schwab, 54. All right, it's a nice trade, 54. So I'm in, it says 6 points in Schwab. Fact, yeah, I'll show you my screen. Why should I not show my screen? Because I'm on live sharing, the sharing. Where's my Schwaber? All right. I came in Schwab overnight, sold it. Actually, I shorted it. Something happened. Bottom line is, just like everything, my timing is my best point, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. Schwab, taking, I started buying 51. It was going to pull the same thing yesterday. I started buying FRC. Look at FR. Oh, what a bounce. FRC 17 doubled off the low. FRC did the same thing on Friday. We'll go to Friday's video. I started buying FRC at like 58. Next thing I turned around, it was 45. I said, all right, now I got to start paying attention. And they did the same thing they're doing on Friday, except they did this V-shaped recovery, which is short coverings. Now there's a little bit of buying. It's a little bit more U-shaped. So let's see what the rest are doing. PACW, same thing. You gotta be active, guys. I mean, this one stock went 5 to 10. It doubled. I'm in freaking Schwab now. I'm going to sell some because it came to this gap. My average price in Schwab, I'm at 9 Schwab. I should have bought the other ones, but I didn't want to get burnt in these specs. Oracle, Asan was positive all day. All day. Now it's above the 200-day moving average. Things are getting sexy. I have this YOU that's not cooperating. UU, 26.24. And I was the only one in the country buying it again down here. My average price, see, it's 26.75. That's my average price. Is right there, that solid green line. So right now it's 26.74. I'm not in trouble, but I don't like the day it's under the 200-day. But last time it did this, it make the run. It also goes with CrowdStrike. It also goes with ZS. It's one of these cyber things. So I will, it's yet to be determined how I do in you. I'm in it. If I go overboard, shut me down. I'm on a run. Sold some D-Dog, Planeteer. You know what? These stocks, Tim Fury, positive all day long. What stocks were positive all day long? Does anybody know? And this is the one. Apple positive all day long. Microsoft was positive all day long. SE Open positive. Meta was positive. Square. Where's my Square? I could have been someone. I still am someone. My Squares buys on Squares, guys. I top ticked it again. All right. My exits were bad. My entries were good, but I'm happy that my entries were good because in a free falling market, I'd rather have good entries and not good sales. You don't want to be selling poorly in a free falling market. So with that being said, if I started buying squares, said in the room, sold it at the gap 69, now it's 70 and a half. You suck. I got to sell some Schwab. All right. Anybody have anything to contribute to what's going on here? Because we get to make some candy because that's what we do at TradeGATEHub. What else is going on? BView, Schwab. All right, Schwab. Enough nice and Schwab. What else? Market's pulling back a little. Let's look at some indices. All right, let's see what's the plan going forward. All right. And I'm just looking empirical. The daily on okay. This is it. We pulled below the 200-day somehow. Oh, that's the bottom. I'm going to say it doesn't look too bad. I'll buy it. But I'm sorry. Here are the spots. All right. There's 200-day resistance. Nice move. Nice volume. There's macro headwinds. And I was asked to address the room this morning. Don't think that the 16th largest bank with a lot of Silicon California speculation, just like the Walmart chart, guys, this is very similar to me. At least it's the way I look at it. Everybody can beg to differ. Walmart down here gave us our first dip of inflation. And there was another shoe to drop after that. It was Target. So I'm not going to be surprised. Yes, it's positive. There's a lot of buying and action. It's positive short term, but negative, in my opinion, long term. As I go to the chart, my main screen again is there are still places to hide. Yes, fear if the VIX is elevated, but I'm using that as just an opportunity to trade actively. What type of fear do you see on my screen here? Yes, I understand that Bank of America. This is Bank of America's long-term chart. Coin even came back and reclaimed the 200-day FRC 33. It was my FRC. I think I was the only one in the country. Actually, it made it tick down. It was my Schwab. I just sold it before I came on. What price though? I want to know. So I just sold Schwab literally 30 seconds ago at 54.22. I was live on the air. 1 minute. It's 52.63. It's $1.80 or whatever the hell it is on 1,000 shares. $1,800 in that. So you see what's going on here. You see the movement. And if you want to know the movement, because I got to stop now, there's the timing, or else it's going to turn into the Gong Show, is obviously be in the room. Just go to the free stock scanner. It's on my Twitter feed as well. All right. What's moving right there? This page is going to be huge up on high relative volume. It's going to be pages. I can't even go through it. But look what's moving up now. And you go by time. It's a 5-second delay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not that big of a deal. PAGs, Zion, GE's bouncing, ACHR, SI's going up nicely. DocuSign's been down for 4 days. Here's the chart on DocuSign. So that tells me DocuSign edifies the point that stock bouncing a little bit off earnings. So still, stocks that have earnings, and so here's DocuSign's chart. 55 to 48 in the last 2 days. It's basically got a 10-point round trip on volume. Take money out of the market. And if you don't, you're missing out. And if you really want me to blast you, at least get as Apple breaks higher. At least you have to get the TradeView demo. You know what I mean? If you don't like me, short me, fade me, get in there and do something. This is the time to learn. And remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint, but the time when volatility is elevated is a time for you to be active and learn. That's how you learn. You don't learn with the swimmels on. I'm not saying go in there, without an oxygen tank or scuba diving, but this is the time to learn. Get a TradeView demo or in the room always throughout the day. I'll be on with Coach tomorrow at 11. Thanks for sharing. Cheers. Have a plan and trade well.